So when we multiply matrices, we have to compare the dimensions. So the dimensions of B is 2 by 3. It's rows by columns. And the dimensions of D are 3 rows by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. These numbers need to match in order to be able to multiply, and they do. So the outside dimensions become the new dimensions of the new product matrix. So again, B here is a 2 by 3, and we want to get a matrix of 2 by 7. So I need to match my inner dimensions, and because there's a 7 here, that's going to be the dimension of the outside, so matrix E has to be a 3 by 7. Okay, so to multiply A and B, I'm going to write them next to each other. They're able to be multiplied because the inner dimensions match. Because Y, which is what we're trying to find, is in the first row, second column, I need to multiply the first row by the second column. Remember the song for multiplying matrices? So when we add these together, 14 is Y. So we're going to use the same kind of process for 30. Because X is in the second column, we multiply row by column. I need to look at the second column here. So I can pick any row in the first matrix. I'm just going to choose the top one. So the first row by second column gives me the number in the first row, second column of the resulting matrix. So when we set up our equation, 4 times x plus 2 times 15 equals 58. So we have 4x plus 30. When you subtract the 30 to the other side, 4x is 28. Divide by 4, and that's how we get x is 7. The determinant we get by multiplying the diagonal and then subtracting the other diagonal multiplied. So 4 times 15 minus 10x. Now, it's a non-calculator question, so we have to know what 4 times 15 is. Oh, sorry, I forgot to set it equal to the number they're giving us. I'm going to subtract the 60 to the other side and divide by negative 10, so we get x is 4.5. Now for a matrix to not have an inverse, that's when the determinant equals 0. So I'm going to go back to my determinant of C, 4 times 15 minus 10 times x, and when does that equal 0? I'm going to subtract the 60 to the other side, divide by negative 10, so that's when x is 6. Okay, so we're going to use our calculator for 33. We're going to set up a system of equations, which will allow us to then get a matrix equation. So first we have to define our variables. So for part A, I'm going to say x is the cost of one hamburger, Y will be the cost of a cheeseburger. And Z will be the cost of a berry burger. Now, each of these sentences will be one of my systems of equations. So 3 hamburgers plus 5 cheeseburgers plus 6 berry burgers, oops, I forgot my Z, is $25.24. And then 2 hamburgers plus 7 cheeseburgers plus 5 berry burgers is $25.68. And 4 hamburgers plus 4 cheeseburgers and 7 berries is $26.59. So now to write that as a matrix, I'm going to take my coefficients for the first matrix. My variables are the next matrix, and they equal the money. So now we need our calculator to solve this matrix equation. I'm going to put this matrix in A, and this matrix in B. So when we go to solve, our variable matrix here, X, is going to be A inverse times B. Over to edit. It's a 3 by 3. Okay, so I'm going to quit out, go back into the matrix menu, and edit matrix B. Oops, it's a 3 by 1. Okay, so to multiply the matrices together, I need, hit the right buttons first. Matrix A inverse times matrix B. So our resulting matrix, X, Y, Z, is 85 cents, $1.79, and $2.29. So looking at what the last part of the equation is, the cost of one hamburger is 85 cents, the cost of one cheeseburger is $1.79, and the cost of a berry burger is $2.29. So sticking with our calculator, out of the way, we need to put this equation into y1, and because we're looking for the maximum height, I actually don't even, because it's a cubic, I'm going to put the polynomial in and then look for all the maximum values. So make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so y equals 4x to the third minus 32x squared plus 60x. And I'm going to hit the window button because they tell me to only look between 0 and 3 for my domain. And I don't think these are going to be big enough, but I'll come back and change them after I look. Yeah, I can't see the maximum up here, so I'm going to change my Y max. I'm just going to change it to 50, see what that does. Perfect, so now I can see where my maximum is. So I'm going to do a second trace for the calculate menu. It's a maximum, so I chose choice 4. So I need to go to the left of where I think that maximum is and hit enter. I'm going to go to the right of it. And hit enter. Then I'm going to take my guess. I'm going to go back in between. Enter one more time. And we get 1.213713. Now because it's a grid in, I can only use as much as that will fit. So 1.21. So I'm going to bubble 1.21, and that's my answer.